Hello, and welcome back to Out of Ore, or welcome to Out of Ore, if this is the first video you've seen of mine. This is my little oil pumping station I have set up. 15 pumps here, producing quite a lot of oil, which is netting me about $1,900 a second. And that's very nice. But I had a question from a chap called S. Carter about refining oil. And basically your crude oil, what you have to do is you take your crude oil and you push it through a refinery. I know I've just walked past a few. You push it through a refinery, it turns it into barrels of oil, which you then sell for money. If you've got oil, the question was, can you refine fuel? So I've set this up. I've set a sequence of refineries together in a line, and what we'll do is we'll divert some oil from our oil pumping rig. So if I just get rid of that, I'll pop a left in there, all of a sudden my refineries bounce into life. So if we're going to have a look at what these doing, this is only going to take a few seconds, and I'm glad the question was asked because I learned something here. I didn't realise this. So if we have a look in here, we get 60 barrels of crude oil, which makes 6 barrels of oil. Now that's a continual process, just because it's not moving or saying it's doing anything. That is actually constantly just processing through. So we go to our next refinery, which as you can see is directly in line. We'll have a look in here, and that converts our barrels of oil into fuel. Okay, so that's nice. That's how I thought the game mechanic worked. Then I thought, well, let's try it again. What if we take fuel and refine it again? Now we create generator fuel, which is also very nice and very useful in the game. I thought, okay, so let's see if anything happens if we put a fourth refiner in. And generator oil comes in and generator oil comes out. And there we go. So that's the oil refining mechanic, and I've ended up with a load of generator fuel. And I hope that is a demonstration of how the oil refining process works, and I hope that's useful to people. I mean, I don't have... Most of my machinery runs on wind or solar power anyway, because ultimately it's cheaper and it just carries on working. So let's get rid of this. We don't need this working anymore. And let's get that back to pushing oil straight. So I want straight 2 meters in there. Bosh. And that puts all our production back in. So, thanks for the question, S. Carter. I hope that very quick little tutorial is useful to some people. Now, as I say, I've got no use for fuel or any of the other types other than oil, which I already have processing behind me at the moment. So I'm going to get rid of these because there's something else I want to do. And that's a crate of oil there. So let's open the crate. So I've got 7 fuel. Now, of course, you can put fuel into your lorries, and generator oil obviously goes into generators. So there you go. If you're pumping your own oil, you can actually have a self-contained system. Right, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Got a bit of oil in the ground. Get rid of that. Now, those crates that you saw there is a weird mechanic of the game. When you refine crude oil into oil and you don't have anywhere to store it, nothing happens. But once you put the second refiner on and you start creating fuel or generator fuel, it does actually output it regardless. And if there's nowhere to store it, it just packs it into a crate, which you can come along and pick up later. So that's what those crates were.